Well, hello there everyone. i80386SX. And what we got today? We have a very unremarkable laptop and compared to today's computers anyway. This is a HP EliteBook 2760p. Has a i3, I think it's a second generation i3. It's one of the last ever convertible notebooks to be put out by HP. I think it's got 8 gigs of RAM. Very unremarkable machine. Still does what we need it to do here though. It does have its moments yet. And this has running Ubuntu, as you can tell. But there's one little thing here. That you may note is that it has a wireless key in it, or a wireless adapter, one of those $3 ones you can buy on eBay. Despite the fact that this machine has a built-in wireless card in it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the built-in wireless. What we need this for requires 2 wireless cards. Now, recently I did a video on a TP-Link travel-ready router and using that to access public Wi-Fi with a retro system. We're pretty much going to be doing the same with this video, but instead of using the TP-Link, let's say you have a decent-ish laptop laying around, like this one. Certainly will do the job. My advice is to spend the $30, but you know, if you have the cart, if you have all the tools in place, good for you. We'll go ahead and do that this way. Most of the hotspot software that is available today for web authentication, I can't find anything on it. So almost every hotspot piece of software you do find will not have web authentication or encryption. Most of them don't even do open encryption, or if it does, you have to pay for it, and that, by the time you deal with that for at least what I want, you might as well just go get the TP-Link. But first thing is first, make sure you run all your standard updates and all that fun stuff, and whatever reason this is not responding. Let's close this out. Web browser's being a terrible. So we did all that already. And I'm going to show you what the project in question exactly is. So let me get that loaded real quick. Alright, so we got our little project up here. It's a GitHub. It's a Lakendakash. And if you are the creator of this, I apologize for probably butchering that. We'll just scroll down, and the instructions are actually very, very easy on this, believe it or not. We're going to use the Debian Ubuntu. A little word of the wise here. Linux is pickier on wireless drivers than Windows. So if you use a couple of these adapters, for example, these, I'm going to call them trailer trash adapters, because that's what they basically are. But it's good enough for getting onto the internet. But back to my original point here. Not all wireless cards support AP master mode, I think is what it requires. Or the driver doesn't. I'm not sure which one. I suppose if somebody actually looked hard enough for a driver for one of these, you probably could find the right one. But I think between what we have here, this machine, the HP EliteBook built-in card supports it enough. We're going to grow with that. So let us do our command prompt stuff here. Or terminal. So this line here is just going to add this particular package to the repository. And we're going to enter. Actually, if you have one of those epic failures called a netbook, this is actually a perfect use for it, provided your netbook can run some flavor of Linux that can handle whatever we're putting at, and of course the wireless card's got to be good, but there we go. And oddly enough, I actually had to turn the hotspot on one of my phones because the Wi-Fi in this building is so terrible. It's been dropping all day, so I decided to give up, and I'll take a small bandwidth hit just to demonstrate this. See if I can perhaps put this on the tripod. Okay, so I just realized somewhere along the way this stopped. So once you install the software, once this part is done, and obviously this is going to say that it's already updated, so better safe than sorry, I guess. So now you want to run the software, you just go Y hotspot, and there you go. You are up and running. Let's change this up just because we can. And in theory, you should be able just to create hotspot, and you created a hotspot. So there you go, there you have it. And it already shows up, so that's nice. Now, what would happen if you say did a wireless card, provided it even shows up over here, if it didn't support AP master mode? Program would run and terminate right away. Say your adapter does not support AP master mode, so you either have to find a different adapter if you don't have one that does, or find a driver. I don't know enough about it. So let's go back. We're cooking. So we're going to join our network, like so. And without issue, connected. Little word to the wise here. There's a couple things you may want to jot down, especially if you're using this for a modern network and you want open access. You'll need the MAC address, so keep that in mind possibly. And if the destination network or the internet network is running a .12 subnet or 192.168.12 like you see here, you may run into trouble. I don't know if you're going to or not, or there's not too many places I know of that do, but you never know. You don't assume anything. And I don't see any obvious way to change that in here anyway, and even in the advanced mode. You can hide the SSID apparently. But let's make this an open. Let's see what happens. We have now an open wireless network. Unsecure network. We're in. Yeah. I don't know why it still says LTE on there, but that is so bizarre. Now it says LTE on here. Whatever. But regardless, we're online. Well, let's say you have to have it an open network for whatever reason. The WPA won't work on your device. The best you can do for that is turn on MAC address filtering. So to do that, first thing we gotta do is stop. And we need a MAC address here, so hopefully it's on the back of this card that I'm about to pull. And it is on the card, so we're gonna do 40963716E. And I believe you can separate these by commas. But, oh, it did not like that. Maybe we need to put some colons in, I'm not sure. 0040963716E. That is absolutely right, folks. All right, good to know. So now we gotta get our computer out, our retro system out, and let's go to town. And that's gonna be played by a machine that played previous role, the LTE Elite. Get it in there. Trying to get the damn card in here. It's not being particularly easy right now. There we go. And we're booting into Windows right now with the compact. I realized I did put a finger in front of the camera. Oh well, life goes on. Sure. There is no wireless network yet, so that's why you're going to see that message. That time's not off at all. That's not bad. So we're going to add a new network. And I'm doing that cardinal sin where looking at the keyboard while we type, and we're going to just call this exactly what it is. It is LTE Elite is the name of the wireless network in question. So there we go. With the network security, there is already none. Boom. Oh, good. There's nothing incriminating in there. And it should, in theory, associate. What's going on here? This may not work. Well, if the card doesn't do wireless B, maybe that's having a bit about that. So let's change that quick. Let's change our network name. Let's create ourselves a hotspot. This is very bizarre. Maybe we'll turn off the MAC address filtering for now. We'll see what happens. Yep, okay, so we just had the wrong MAC address in there, so I think we can get this through WinIPconfig. Yeah, that's weird, because we are definitely associated. There's no question about that. Let's try that again, that was just bizarre. How very odd. Just find that very odd that it does not want to do that. Try something else here, maybe. Nope, doesn't like that either. Oh, hold on a minute. I got it in the wrong spot. Let's try the Mac filter spot here, perhaps. This is where we're going to try this again. That makes sense. So 0040. 6E. And when you do this, you do need to do the authentication required. So we'll just do that real quick. You just put in your root password and you should be set. Not complaining. Yes, that's fine. So this, oh, there we go. So we are now associated with the MAC address. So let us renew real quick and let's see what we can do. Perfect. Yes. I know we can't do a heck of a lot as it stands right now, but we can definitely try to do something here. Turn that off. I didn't do this website, so let's try this website here. There we go. So now that leads us to our next question. Now that we got the internet to work off of a computer running Linux, let's see what happens when we try to join this network now. Circling around, it's thinking about it, and it says it just can't join that network. So it will be blocked by MAC address filtering. And for access in a public area, that's really the best you can do. And let's say that the network you're connected to, internet-facing network on here, has a captive portal or a license terms page. All you have to do is you join that wireless network on your Linux box, you agree to the license terms on the Linux box, and you should be good to go. So that part's simpler than the TP-Link side of it, but I still think this is a little bit too cumbersome. But if you're really trying to play things to the bottom dollar, you could use a Linux machine and the right combination of wireless cards. It definitely would work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So not actually going to go take this particular one to a business and try it because, well, we already kind of know what the result pretty much is, as I use my cell phone as a hotspot for this, so we kind of know what it's already going to do. So that being said, I don't have a lot of knowledge on it beyond what's on the GitHub, but if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can leave them in the comments section, and somebody may have an answer for you, or I may have an answer depending what the question is. So that's it. Thank you for watching.